So this morning, got up to drive, just like usual, and ended up in Corona pretty much for the whole day, just going through Corona and Riverside, and right at the brink of dawn, it was time for sunrise, but it wasn't a normal sunrise. And I love how lately, as I've become more aware, or maybe it's meditating, and just slowing down, or whatever it might be, I noticed this sunrise in particular, and the beauty of it. It was a little bit foggy, it was dark still, and then all of a sudden, kind of like beautiful time-lapse photography, but something that no camera, even my iPhone 7, can't capture, was this beautiful time-lapse of the sun brightening up the sky just almost instantaneously. It was like all of a sudden, it was just, there was light, and it was like, just let there be light, just surround me. And I couldn't help but it just took my breath away. I have a friend that gets like that every sunset. Every time he's here, he would always, we're about to meet up, and he'd always text me, hey, it's okay, is it okay, I'm watching a sunset, it's more beautiful than ever. And it's always more beautiful than ever. And to me, it was it's just a sunset, What's the big deal about it? But the big deal is, I guess, I wasn't stopping to observe and appreciate the moment, and he was. And then this particular sunrise did exactly that for me, and made me stop, although I couldn't really stop because I was driving, but at least in my mind it made me present to just that, and of course, being safe on the road, and just being present to that sunrise. And because of that, I was able to see beauty in the ordinary. And it's just about slowing down. And whatever it is that you can find to help you slow down will help you capture that beauty and not miss it. Because it happens, 365 days a year that the sun rises and the sun sets. And it's going to happen over and over and over. But in our limited time in this body, in this particular life, we only have so many, however many, who knows, before our next life. But we only have so many more sunsets and so many more sunrises. And how many more ordinary things do we miss because we're just busy? Think about it. And on the way up here, I was trying to actually catch a good spot, and I'll go try to find a good spot in a second, but I found like a hiking trail that I haven't been to in a long time, and it got really super foggy all of a sudden. And I was driving, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a break real quick, and I want to go to this trail. It's kind of changed a little bit since they did some construction and widened the road, and so on the way up here, I actually got above the clouds. And again, it was one of those moments when you're present and you slow down, you notice the beauty of just that moment. While hundreds, if not thousands of people are on the 91 right now gridlocked, I noticed an ordinary moment of just fog and going above the fog. And the beauty that was. And I'm literally above the clouds right now. I like to say jokingly sometimes that my head is in the clouds. Probably that's why I love to fly and learn how to fly airplanes, because my head is always in the clouds, whether it's metaphorically or right now. I'm literally, my head is above the clouds. And it's amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, with this new trail the way it was, or it is now, I couldn't find my way up on the walking trail to get to where I could get above the clouds again. Or I mean below the clouds. Yeah, because I'm above the clouds now. But another thing that I remembered is a part of slowing down. If you're living such a fast-paced life, which at one point I was, where like you miss things so easily. You think you've got to live it because just got to make an income, whatever. It's understandable. But I just suggest, just the soonest you can get out of that, whatever that means. If you're not passionate about it, if it's wearing you down, if it's draining you, you need to get out and start doing what you're passionate about, or at least be able to get out so you can start thinking about what you're passionate about. So you can go out randomly out here in the middle of the forest. Yeah, Corona's right down there. And it's like 2 minutes away, and I can even hear cars. You could probably hear cars. But still, this is just a little glimmer of hope away from the grind of the urban city down below. And sometimes you might be forced out of a situation. Let's say just a job. I know people who call it just over broke or something like that, because it's just some cycle that you just get into that you need to repeat over and over and over again, and it's hard to leave. Just a job, because you have obviously financial commitments. But if you're forced out, that could be the universe saying that it's time for a change, and it's time to do you. It's time to find out what you're passionate about, and it's time to go for it. And I can tell you the things that you will find out by just coming out here in the middle of nature, or just even alone anywhere, even at Starbucks, or one of my favorite places to be alone and be quiet, as ironic as this is going to sound, is Disney. Offers me a place of solace, of peace, where I can go and be with my thoughts and be creative, because I'm in the midst of this amazing creative space that Walt Disney Sr. started and keeps on going today, because just as he says at the end of every fireworks show, is that as long as there's imagination left in the world, Disneyland will never be complete. Well, imagination is the engine that keeps driving us forward. And we tend to lose imagination after we're kids, and we probably get, I don't know, maybe it's around the teenage years. And that's when we kind of lose ourselves in a way, because we just get involved in the busy life of school, and then school and work, and then maybe just work and work and work, and then maybe it is that job where you're just over broke and you do it over and over and over, and there's seemingly no way out, or even no way to slow down, no way to fall in love with yourself, deeper in love with yourself every day, and find out what you're passionate about. And even if you find out what you're passionate about, you start ignoring it because it makes you feel bad because you can't do it, because you got to keep going to that job over and over and over and over. So I'm gonna see where this trail leads, hopefully somewhere, and then go back to driving a little bit more, and then I'll be off before 2 and hanging out again. So until next time, namaste, and I hope you have a magical day today. Peace.